Two, one, go. And here we are with John from Dominican Republic and Jacksonite, actually Jackson, from Haiti. They flew in today just to be on the show.
Senor.
And make sure you're up against that mic, Jackson.
Oui, monsieur.
Say it in Creole.
Oui, monsieur.
Yeah, good Lord. We're already starting off with humor. All right, how would you say you're going to lose this fight in Creole?
You're going to lose this fight. Wap pedi gume sa.
Wap PJ Gumusa.
Wap
Wap
pedi
PJ
gume
Gume
sa.
Sa.
Yeah.
Wap PJ Gume Sa.
Which one is fight?
Gume.
You mean? Okay, I'm not gonna learn.
Yeah,
that
you
word.
know how Spanish is. Some words are like at the beginning.
How do you say fight in Spanish?
Pelear.
Peleano. Oh.
Yeah.
Peleon.
Pelear.
I don't know Spanish.
Peleano.
What?
No?
Just because I'm
I'm
Mexican, I
kidding,
have to
I'm
know
kidding.
Spanish.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Grew up with this black guy who is my next door neighbor, and he always used to get on me. He'd call me, like Mexican nacho or something silly, and he goes, "Why don't you know Spanish?" And I'd be like, "Bro, why don't you know Swahili?" Same thing.
Well, never mind.
I don't know if that should be on a podcast, but
3, 2, 1.
I don't
Hey.
care.
Exactly.
Anyways, what do you got? What do you guys got for me? Hey, shout out to Underrated Muscle right here. They sent me a coffee mug. This dude right here, I hate to throw props out right away. This dude at Underrated Muscle, his name's Dave. He's actually my coach.
Really?
He's a prep coach for a lot of amateurs that want to go pro, and he delivers the goods. And he had these coffee mugs made, and I said, bro, you got to send me one. These are so slick. I'm actually going to have the Matrix Hour mugs made along the same way, but with our colors.
Really?
This is like a quality made coffee mug. But then again, if you know Dave from Underrated Muscle, everything's quality.
Yeah.
His work, the way he rolls in his car. Yeah, I think he's got I don't know if he wants me to say this. He's got a sweet Range Rover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet. Different, the colors.
It's funny though because underrated muscle is what people call me sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, Dave, you need to get on this guy right here. You need to work with him.
Dave.
You need a Big J. We'll call him Big J.
Yes, sir.
You know what's funny? I'm a tall guy, right? And I'm pretty broad.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3", 6'2",
Okay.
6'2" and a half, 6'3" on Tinder.
So you're short to me. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. So no, I grew up scrawny and short. You remember me?
Yes, sir.
I was short until like 10th grade.
And you just had a growing spurt?
Huge growth spurt, like out of nowhere.
That's what I did. That's what happened with me.
Yeah,
I grew like 6 inches in the summer.
Yeah, I did theater like a little nerd, and I got on.
Did you just really admit that?
Yeah, well,
On a podcast?
Really?
I like theater.
Okay.
I will.
All right,
I will.
no,
I
go
will
ahead,
sit
go
here
ahead.
and I will defend theater to the day I die.
Okay.
Listen,
Look at you
I
different.
got
That's
on
good.
stage one day, or I saw myself on a tape one day. And I'm like, that's me. That huge guy who's supposed to be this scrawny look. That's me. And since then, people like, oh, don't mess with John. He'll beat you up. And I'm like, but will I though? Because I still have the mentality of like a short guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, you're a short guy. You have a mentality.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
How tall are you, Jackson?
5'10".
Short guy.
Okay.
Come on.
It's not really short.
My brother is he claims to be 6 foot, but I keep telling him he's 5'11" because it just hurts his ego.
He wants that 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was 6 foot.
Yeah. I'm 6'4" and like a half, 3/4, but I think I shrunk over 50 years, 55 years.
Did you?
Yeah. I think I'm down to like 6'5" and a quarter.
Well, you had to grow first.
No, I that growth spurt, I was a
Yeah.
freshman to sophomore, 6 inches. Yeah. And I weighed 155 pounds. At
And
6'5".
all of a sudden, coaches are like, "Yeah, son, you play sports." I'm like, "You."
Yeah, they also saw that I was a rail thin though. You know?
But they come on.
In high school, yeah.
They'll take anyone with a body. Like I remember in high school, people were like, "No." Before I grew tall, people were like, "Oh, like no one would ever look at me twice." I grew like 6 or 8 inches during the summer, and I went from 5'3" to like 6'1", like overnight.
Yeah, and then you're the first or second guy being picked, right?
Yeah. And then people think I have this newfound athleticism.
Yeah.
Like, oh, overnight I also learned how to dunk, and it was so disappointing to run on the court and I like flail my arms everywhere. Like, oh, John, you're open, and I
Here's a thought. Well, you're tall. I'm tall. We'd be picked, right?
Yeah.
But in this lineup right here of us three, Jackson would be picked first.
Yes, sir.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
he's the brother,
yeah.
and he can jump. He
Yes,
can
sir.
dunk at 5'10".
Yes, sir.
Oh,
So-
I thought because you're naturally gifted at basketball, but
No, he's
never
just
thought twice.
naturally
yeah.
Athletic.
gifted black man.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
You know what? I played basketball with Jackson. I've played football with Jackson. I haven't played soccer yet, but he is really good at sports.
Yeah.
He just has a natural gift of, he's a ball hawk, dude.
He's a ball hog. Is he
Hawk.
really? Oh,
Hawk.
hawk.
Like,
Okay.
he will find the
I was
ball.
about to say, I pass the
No,
ball.
we played the other night. We just ran.
Yeah.
We just ran everyone out the gym.
Yeah.
I did, but
Did they get out of 8th grade yet? I'm just asking. Just asking. What
No,
your comp was?
they were mad though because they're like, you can't play in a wheelchair league. I'm like, I could walk. Who cares?
Did their mom and dads come pick them up after you guys were done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Gotcha. What's hot in sports or news?
Big fight
What's
tonight.
big fight?
Big fight tonight.
Johnny
yeah.
Bones Jones,
Yeah,
Dominic
my
Reyes.
guy.
Is it Dominic? I think it's Dominic Reyes. Yeah.
I'm the fact check. I'll do it right
Southpaw
Southpaw guy.
and
Haven't lost.
undefeated. What's his record?
12-0.
12-0. What's Johnny Bones Jones? He's like
I
20,
think 25.
25 and 0.
2. Or I think.
No, he's never lost.
Oh no! I think he tied one though. Is he 25-1?
That was
now. Yeah, that was he should.
what do they call that?
Like the illegal elbow one, right?
Yeah, I forget. No contest.
No contest. And then what about the one with Daniel Cormier?
He
No,
won.
he,
Did
every
he get the
time.
belt back?
Every time.
Oh, was he popped for?
I think so. Doing
He's
doing
he's
the-
25 with a tie. That's what it is. A no contest. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
That's not a tie though. A no contest isn't a tie.
Yeah, but it's like listed in the middle, so like,
It is.
it's like
Yeah.
25, 1 and 0.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, he gets a loss for that. He does get a loss for that,
Mhm.
and that should not be a loss.
yeah, that's what I was upset about. I was like,
Yeah.
man, I remember being upset about something that he lost, but I don't remember him losing.
He fought a deaf guy. That guy was deaf when he took that loss.
Really?
I think his name was Hamill. Matt
Yeah.
Matt Hamill. Is that it? I can't remember his name, but I think that was it. And he was deaf, and he did a 12-6 strike, which is coming down with the elbow straight from 12. to
That's
6.
right. That's right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
and he didn't even know what he did was wrong.
Well, who's gonna tell him?
Well, the referee told him. He says, "You're done.
Wow.
you
Like,
lost."
like that.
No,
Yeah,
but
was it? It was done.
but Jeff. But how did he tell him,
What do you mean?
Jeff? If he's deaf.
No, John Bones Jones did the 12-6 strike.
Oh.
Let's move on to a different subject for crying out loud. You want to talk about theater or something?
Have you guys seen Gifted? Oh my god, I'm kidding. I'm
Gifted.
kidding. It's not, I'm not
Is
sure.
it
that's even-
Broadway play or something?
I don't know.
Oh,
I just
okay.
made that up.
Oh, Jesus. So, John, you're Dominican Republic. You weren't born there.
No.
And
No.
Jackson, you were born in
Yeah,
Haiti.
born
I
in
felt like we just had this discussion for some reason.
Did we?
But-
Sound like it.
What do they call it? Deja vu?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's weird. Deja vu. You ever get that?
I get it
Yeah.
all
Where
the
you
time.
feel like you've been there?
Mm-hmm.
I get nauseous when that happens.
I get dizzy.
Yeah,
yeah.
I get like sick. Like, oh,
I get dizzy when that happens.
Do you?
Yeah, I get dizzy.
it's
There
like I
has to
feel
be-
something bad's coming.
Yeah.
There has to be an expert that knows something about this. We gotta get him on the show.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You know what we need to get on the show is like a philosopher. Somebody that's deep into philosophy.
Dude, I'm taking some philosophy classes now. I got some professors.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Get into
man.
some deep discussion.
Well, even then, like he's very practical about his philosophy, though. So I think a lot of philosophers just tend to sit in like this room alone in the dark and just think and like twirl their mustaches and,
Smoke weed.
yeah, yeah, they do.
Meditate.
And they just don't live like a very practical life. Like, they're married, but just to someone who knows how to pay bills.
Now, is this an assumption?
It's an assumption based off of a personality of people who find philosophy the only thing that matters in life.
Okay. So,
So
do you
if-
know of any philosophers that sit in a dark room and twirl their mustache and smoke weed?
I know they don't twirl their mustache.
Okay. So the weed part.
But the weed part is for sure true. And I think we all know this to be true. It's a healthy assumption.
All right. So you're going to get me the philosopher on the show.
Yeah, who are you going to bring
Yeah. Who are you going to bring, Jackson?
Yeah.
Haiti?
Yeah,
Mr.
pretty
Haiti?
much.
for
yeah.
podcast show and tell?
I don't know. Not yet. Not yet. I mean, I just
Hey,
think
bring your
about
mom.
it.
Bro,
that'd be
bring your
good
mom's
story.
ribs. You don't need to bring your mom. Just bring her ribs. I've had Jackson's mom's ribs.
I have too. They're
Yeah.
good. They're
And
fantastic.
so have my
Chicken
my nieces, and they'd eat them before I get to them. Like I turned into a different man when I saw her eating the ribs. I had to yell at her because I did. I yelled at my daughter and her for eating the ribs. That's pretty mean, right?
I turned to a different man.
I'm like, what are you all eating the ribs for? Like,
That inner Mexican came out.
oh, what?
That inner Mexican came
Wait.
out.
What does that have to do with Mexican?
You do a chocolate.
All right, enough about Mexicans. I want to know about Haiti, bro.
Yeah.
What you want to know about?
I want to know.
What's a
now,
20 on Haiti?
Wait, no. When did you come here?
2008.
2008. So you were how old?
I was 10.
10. So right now, everyone knows he's 22.
Yeah.
He's a young man. From Haiti at 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
When you came, you didn't come here on boat, did you?
No.
God, I
Feel
feel like we had this discussion just a little
Sound
while
like-
ago.
Right.
But anyways, you,
Feel
you
like
came here on a boat. You didn't come here on a boat.
No.
I'm gonna have fun with this.
Oh yeah.
How did you get here then?
Plane.
So you guys flew. You guys flew to Florida. You didn't fly anywhere else first?
No. Flew straight to Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
Did you live in Miami?
No, my dad came and picked me up.
He was always in
he was
Naples.
over here. Yeah.
Now, did he always live here?
No, he was actually when he first came. He was in Miami also.
Oh,
He lived there for a
okay.
little while, and then after that, he moved to Naples.
All right. Then your mom came here first before you.
Yeah, she came straight to.
Well before you.
Mhm.
Okay. So she established a life here, and then her plan was to bring you here.
Yeah.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have a little brother.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
How old is he?
he's 13.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is he going to come here?
Nah.
He doesn't want to?
It's more like he doesn't really like. He's a special need kid.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
All
a
right.
special need kid.
So you don't feel it would be good here for him?
I mean, he don't really talk.
I got you.
So
Okay.
at the same time, he doesn't walk either. So it's more like we would just be doing nothing, to be honest.
Now, who's back home in Haiti then taking care of him?
No, actually, my little brother's here.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, in
okay.
in
All
USA,
right.
yeah.
Okay. So who's back in Haiti then?
My dad, my real
Okay.
dad.
All right. So when you came here when you were 10,
Mhm.
what was the shocking thing for you? Good or bad?
Good or bad?
And I'm going to drink my coffee and show off the underrated muscle.
Yeah, I'm gonna show off my underrated.
Dave,
muscle.
I'm giving you props, bro. Anyways, go ahead.
I mean, one thing I was surprised with, I just never knew I would have had my own room when I first came to USA, you know. And then
Really?
back home, it was more like we all sharing a room. You and your other cousin, we all together. That's something we live by, you know. It's whatever. It's not.
How many?
Let me see. Between me, like 3 or 4 of my cousins, my grandma, grandpa,
So you're all in one room.
pretty much. I mean, we have.
There's no like bedrooms for grandma.
Oh yeah, you know, yeah. The bedrooms for like my grandma and grandpa, and then the like most like the big living room is like what we sleep in.
Yeah,
like right next
yeah.
to each other. It's like a sleepover most of the time.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty much
That's
it
what I was
is.
gonna say. A sleepover party almost all the time.
Yeah.
Did you guys sleep on the floor, on a bed, on the couch?
On the floor, we had like a nice little small mattress. We just lay on the ground. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Yeah.
Wow. Talk about getting close. No, I mean for real, like
Yeah.
being close in family.
Mhm.
You know, when you have to get like physically close, y'all are like together.
Yeah.
Was there ever any fights over like my side of the bed, or is it just like
Just lay where you lay.
Pretty much.
Is there a sense of self identity?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's mine, or something belongs to me. Because I know it sounds kind of selfish, but it's also very healthy for someone to be like, oh yeah, by the way, that pillow could be mine.
Right, right.
To have like a sense of identity. You guys ever have?
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah, we have. I mean, everybody does, to be honest with you. And then, I mean, one thing is we sleep with like kids too, like little cousins. So we have the spot for them. It's been like since they pee in bed, you know. So
Right.
I gotta
Oh,
just,
yeah,
just leave
yeah.
it on that side, you know what I mean? Other than that, and we have some spot like, you know, like the oldest one, I get up early, you know, to have to go to work. He sleep like right next to the door, so you don't have to get up and then step over everybody, you know. When
Right.
when the time's right, he's up or he's out the door and he gone.
How big was the room?
Not big at all, to be honest. I think this room would be like, just this room is like a big, like the side of the whole house, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So
just the studio alone is 15 by 13.
Yeah.
So that takes up the room of your whole house in Haiti.
Pretty much, yeah.
Did your
Wow.
parents share the same room as you guys, or was that like a separate living?
Well, he was
quarter?
talking about grandma and grandpa
Yeah.
had their own room.
Oh yeah, the other
Mhm.
room.
yeah.
Okay.
And then so you're in Haiti. What was when you came here? You thought having your own bedroom was like, whoa, I'm living like
Yeah.
a king kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I was spooked, to be honest with you, because I was
You were
like,
spooked.
yeah, I was scared. You know, I was a kid, and then it's more like I never slept on my own before. I always have somebody with me. You know what I mean? So it's more like
Right.
I'm in my own room, doors shut. Like, yo, what is going on?
Yeah, there's a boogeyman.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not gonna lie, I get scared. You know, I was just
No,
more like,
hey, that's for real. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're used to being, like I said, that close,
mhm,
you're always around somebody.
exactly, man.
Your mind works a different way. It's almost like you're codependent. You have to be
Yeah.
codependent.
Yeah, well, you're forced to.
Yeah, you're forced to be. And then
Yeah.
now you come to the U.S. and you're like
Yeah.
forced to be dependent.
hmm
You know,
Yeah.
we put that on our kids. Like,
Yeah.
learn to be independent.
Yeah.
Learn to be independent. When you had to be independent. Wow. What as far as culture,
Yeah.
what was the biggest like change for you? Like when you came here, how people were acting or
Well, first I wasn't used to the language yet, you know, so I can't
Yeah.
really understand what the heck they're saying. I don't even know if they're snapping at me or or
Right,
trying to have
right.
a nice conversation with me. You know, just back home you can just go out. One thing that changed, like, I mean, I find different is more like you can just go anywhere, you know, because I live in a small town, and then everybody know everybody. You know, everybody's outside. You can just pass by and just say hi, having a conversation. That I mean, it happened all the time in
Right,
Haiti. You know what I
right.
mean? But like when I first came here, I didn't see a lot of people socialize with each other like home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, you know, have their own houses, you know, sometimes only friends and family over. Back home, anybody just pass by. Hey, I'm from
Really?
yeah, it's whatever. We just
so you might not even know whoever's passing by.
pretty much like they might know somebody you know what I
Right.
mean, like that. And
Do you guys invite them in for like food and
yeah, sure, sometime, yeah.
Can you imagine that in the U.S.?
I mean,
Somebody's walking by. Hey, come on! I got some. I got
There-
some steak sandwiches for you.
there are certain people in the U.S. who still live that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain rural parts where they're like, you know, if everyone stays in the same community for generations. like
Rural,
that-
yeah. Now
Oh,
you're,
but like if you come to Naples,
yeah, no,
no, you're getting. If you don't know the passcode to the gate community, you're getting kicked out.
right.
Yeah.
That-
We play basketball at a gated community, and
Yeah.
man, if you don't have an ID, a presidential pardon, if you don't have, you need some clearance to get in there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Back
So
home, was never.
that right there, just that whole sense of community
yeah.
is different.
hmm
What about buildings?
Buildings are really, really different, man.
Yeah.
Back home with them, I never seen a building that big when I first came in.
I was gonna say when you flew into Miami,
yeah,
you had to be like,
yeah. My eyes was up the whole time when we were driving, man. I was just like looking like.
what about
Sheesh.
cars?
Car. I never seen so much like organized cars, nice, clean cars, man. Back home, almost all the cars are like wrecks and stuff.
Are they?
Yeah.
they're just beat up.
beat up,
Yeah.
yeah. And then everything was just nicer, man.
You
Like,
know what? People just don't. We don't. I'm guilty. I don't
Yeah.
know what I have.
Mhm.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
just
yeah.
don't know. I mean, I'm very. I don't take it for granted
Mhm.
like I used to when I was younger. But you had that realization when you were 10. You know, holy smokes, I'm coming into a whole different
a
world.
whole different.
I wonder how it would be for U.S. Where would U.S. have to go to see something bigger and better? You know, is U.S. the country that has it all?
it has to be. I mean, not to sound like, you know, super nationalist, but like maybe Saudi Arabia,
Yeah, I was just going to say someone
Yeah,
like
but-
Dubai.
but for the whole population.
Yeah.
I mean, women can't drive over there, so
Right.
or
right.
they're allowed to.
Now
a
they
recent-
are. Yeah.
Yeah, but you need to ask your husband or father or something like
Right,
that. Something
right.
crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to know what was your first reaction to cereal?
Yeah, something really
Dude,
simple.
Like,
yeah.
bro, what was your first reaction to Frosted Flakes or Apple Jacks? Tell me about that, man. That's crazy.
I'm not a big fan of cereal, to be honest with you. I'll tell you that. I'm not a
enough,
big
fair
fan.
enough.
But fast food was different.
yeah,
man.
was that a
when
thing?
when I first
He
came
still
out here,
can't get away from
yeah,
fast
you're
food.
right. You're right. True. When I first came to United States, and then my stepdad took me to Popeyes. That was the first fast food I ever
To
ate.
Popeyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was eating, man. That was probably heaven to me. It still is sometimes.
Hey, bro, you got to fulfill all the stereotypes.
Oh, man.
Right. He didn't even know.
Yeah, y'all could have got a Taco Bell.
Yeah, man. I was just like, wow, this is amazing, man. Back home, it's not like that. I don't think there's any fast food back home, to be honest with you.
You guys grew your own crops, though,
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad, my grandpa, we all did. But I
'Cause
pretty much like,
wasn't that part of like your income?
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, because you guys are growing crops to share or for other people to buy, right?
Yeah. That's pretty much what my dad does that. Actually, still today. Right now, he does. He's like a teacher / he does blueprint and stuff and all that. And then at the same time, when off days, like on the weekends, we grow our crops
Yeah.
and then just walk around the farm. Yeah, I was like pretty much raised in a farm, to be honest. Cows, all type of animal.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I love that, man. I missed it more than anything.
Is raising livestock and doing crops, you miss that?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I used to love doing with my dad.
Yeah.
Him and my grandpa, man, we do that all the time.
See, I don't know if it's that you like doing the crops. If I were to read between the lines, you just like being with your dad and your grandpa.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, those memories are, they're shared. You're planting crops, but you could have been, tearing down fences and probably said the same thing.
Yeah. True,
That's
true,
just my thoughts.
Yeah, no, you're kind of right about that. Kind of right, but I did enjoy
I'm not
it.
kind of right. I'm right.
I mean, I do love working though. My dad, because I was gonna be like my dad. So anything
Yeah.
that he does, I want to do it. He
Yeah.
grow crops, I want to do that. He build houses, I want to do that. You know what I mean?
What if he was a killer?
I would be that. Simply too.
Hey, there's something to be
Hey,
said.
my dad's a hitman.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about inheriting something from your dad. You know,
Yeah.
like people say it all the time. Like I inherited, alcoholism from my dad, or I inherited my anger from my dad, or my generosity from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something at like a very spiritual, very integrated level of who we are. That's like you get your stuff from your parents, like not just the biology, but like their personality,
Yeah.
parts of who they were as
Some
a
of their
person for
traits.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get my impatience from my dad. I'm not a very patient man. I'm like,
I get my hubris from my dad.
you're what?
My hubris.
What's that?
People who use the word like hubris. Just like, dude, if you talk to my dad for 10 minutes, he's gonna tell you how to be an expert in your own field.
Oh, yeah. You just made that comment off air. Like,
Yeah.
you're
No.
a genius.
Yeah,
You're
I
a
did.
self-proclaimed genius.
Yeah,
Self-proclaimed.
yeah. It's my dad's not a prideful person, I promise. However, when you talk to him about anything,
Yeah.
he's read an article somewhere. Oh yeah, I read that somewhere, or I saw this on the news that one time, or I did this that one time, and he just loves to relate to people. Like if you talk to him about irrigation or whatever, he's like, oh yeah, I did that thing this one time, and yeah, talk to me about that.
That's just like my stepdad, man.
Yeah.
He's just like that.
Yeah, dude, it's
He pretty much tell you what to do with your how you do your own job, man. He
Yeah.
be telling you how to do it, and
Did
that's
he
your
have
career.
experience in it?
Barely,
Yeah.
barely anything. He would just
But is
Well,
he
like-
actually trying to tell you how to do your job, or
sometimes,
is
yeah.
Really? Okay.
it's a little bit of relating to you.
Yeah.
It's a very much. My dad does it very much just relate. But oftentimes it's like, oh, like I played basketball back in the day too. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like, yeah, I know, Dad, but did you?
And he didn't know you were a professional basketball player at the same time, but he's
Yeah.
still telling you how
Yeah.
to play ball.
Mhm.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll do it to everyone.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do it out of a place of, I'm better than you. He does it out of a place of, oh, like
I can just teach you a little
like you
something,
can
so.
talk to me as well.
Yeah.
Like you're not towering over me.
Yeah, I'm with you on this, son.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah.
mentality. What? Speaking of fathers, what'd you guys think of the Kobe death?
That hurt, man.
Man.
That hurt.
See, you guys are from the Kobe sort of growing up era,
Yes, sir.
Dude,
I was from the MJ, the true GOAT era. Kobe, Kobe is like,
He's
Kobe
an old guy.
is, hey, Mike's got 6. Mike's got 6.
Kobe would have had 6 if it wasn't for Detroit.
If it
Both-
wasn't
both
for,
of-
if it wasn't for, if it
Hey,
wasn't for
MJ would have had more if it wasn't
Yes,
for
he-
Detroit.
No, MJ would have had more if he wouldn't have retired.
Yeah, if it would have just
in
like, stayed
96.
there.
Yeah, when he retired in '96.
Man, his knees.
Get out of here, man. He's still flying. No, he's still putting on weight.
Yeah,
No,
I saw that.
Man, but Kobe was the guy, man. See, here's the difference between Kobe and MJ. Like, okay, I get it. MJ can do it all. Wonderful. Right? But no one will ever outplay Kobe Bryant. No one ever
Yeah,
outplay
you know
him.
what though? I can't say because I wasn't there for both to see how hard they worked. I did hear that Michael Jordan was first in the gym, last out of the gym. I heard Kobe was the first one in the gym, last out of the gym.
Mm-hmm.
But I have heard more about Kobe's relentless
And that's
work
what it
ethic.
is. Yeah.
You know, it was just a constant drive to be the GOAT.
Yeah. That's
But
the
you know where
difference.
he got that from? He got that from MJ. But he took it to another level.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
did.
He had a precedent, and
there had to be a certain point where, like, okay, he's better than me at this. The one thing you can always control is how hard you go at something.
Yeah,
And he's like, okay, well, if I can't control any of the other stuff, if all the other stuff is natural, if all the other stuff is practicing until you hit a cap, right? Like, I will never be able to shoot better than this current spot, right? I need to maintain that, but also try harder in everything else better than anyone else. And you saw that on the floor. You saw that every time he played,
yeah,
right? Like, when he died, I told people, like, oh, well, you don't know him. He's, he never knew your name. He never knew me, but I knew him
right.
just from watching him play basketball.
I had the same argument. People would be like, enough already about this. And I'm like, there are millions of people who invited him into their living rooms, into their bedrooms. And it sounds funny, but into their bedrooms when they'd watch games, on their phones, on their computers, on their TVs. He was all over the planet. And we invited him in. We had emotional reactions to how he played. If they won, they lost. If you had a bad game, if you had a good game, we had an emotional attachment to whatever he was doing. That's how come we took it personal. And that's why he was on the news. He was the central figure, then his daughter, and then the rest. And you hear the rest in a negative way, like, how come you aren't giving the rest the props that they should get, upon their death? Well, they are going to get it from the people they had an emotional attachment with. I can't say I'm going to miss Antebelli. I think it was a coach.
Yeah.
I don't have any emotional investment in him. I can't drum up and say I'm sad.
You feel empathy. You feel bad.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
but
feel bad that they were part of that. But that's as far as it goes, and that doesn't say I'm a bad person. It's just I don't have an emotional attachment to them. To Kobe, yes. I didn't actually like Kobe as a player. Because
neither did I.
he followed the footsteps
I
of MJ.
Yeah.
He emulated him to as much as he possibly he could. I mean, sticking his tongue out while he was playing, walking the way MJ walked, talking the way MJ talked, everything. He did it the same way. And my knock on him was, be you. Just be Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be MJ. There was one MJ, now be Kobe. And I think he did that. I think he had a shift in his career where he did that. But
I think
that was my knock.
I think once he switched over from, and once he got, I think the older he got, and the more his body deteriorated from like, oh, he was super athletic. Now it's just the fundamentals. Now it's the footwork. Now it's the shooting. Now it's the fadeaways. Yeah. And I think that's there's a difference between how we see Kobe and how we see MJ, right? Like we know MJ as the shoe guy. Mm-hmm. That's how I know him.
Not me.
No, and I get it, but Kobe was just all heart. That Mamba mentality, it's literally just all heart, right?
And you know why you saw that is because you grew up in Kobe's era. You didn't grow up in MJ's era.
And that's what I'm saying. True. So with MJ, it's like I never saw him hustle before.
Yeah.
You see replays.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a little bit of him in the Wizards.
Yeah.
But and to see him, and just to know him as like this businessman.
Yeah.
Instead of the heart guy.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Yeah,
as
you
that.
missed that opportunity. Unless you were to go back. When I was coming up, the Bulls were on TV all the time. Didn't matter where you lived. They were on TV. Like, they had a station for Chicago that was broadcasted throughout the nation. And every night, we'd be playing ball at the playground, and we knew there was a Bulls game on. We're done playing ball. Everybody head to the house. We're watching the Bulls game. Oh. It was, as if LeBron was the guy now. If we were to be playing ball and we go, hey, let's head home. We're watching LeBron. We wouldn't do that now. We wouldn't even do that for Kobe.
Yeah, I would have been playing ball still.
We would have still played ball. But when we grew up, it was like, I ain't missing a game.
Watch.
We're going to watch Michael.
Yeah.
That was it. I saw the difference. Technology had a little bit to do with that. Mm-hmm. But MJ revolutionized the game, made it above the rim. And then Kobe just kept going. He took MJ's moves, and he could do it, man.
I mean, we all loved Kobe, but you only loved him because you hated him first.
Why did you hate him first?
I'm a Miami Heat fan, dude.
Oh.
Dude,
You're a D. Wade fan.
Him and Dwayne Wade would go at it all the time. Oh, dude, there is this, was it that Christmas game he played where Kobe had a fadeaway 3-point shot going away from the basket over Dwayne Wade, arms reached up, and just down to the buzzer, 3, 2, 1, shoots it up, banks it in.
Banks it?
Yeah. Banks it in. Dude, but from like 4 feet away from the 3-point line.
Ridiculous. Was it a playoff game or no?
No, it was
Christmas.
It was like a big game,
nationally televised.
Oh, dude!
Game,
And I was like, I hate Kobe so much.
Yeah.
I was so mad at him, but he made me feel that way because I loved basketball. But he made me love basketball more.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see anyone try their best at anything, you wanna copy that, right? You know,
I got some Mamba shirts coming. Ben, my son, designed some Mamba mentality shirts.
Nice. Yeah.
Can't wait to wear it. You know Ben, what he does with the shirts.
Yeah, you get a size medium.
Medium. Medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel right now. I feel medium.
To show off your underrated muscles.
Yeah.
Yes. They're very underrated. No, they're overrated. How would I say that? Very underrated, overrated.
Yeah. Didn't you hurt yourself golf this morning? Or you don't want to talk about that, right?
Watch it.
You golfed this morning?
Watch it.
Whoa.
I was bringing it up in front of Jackson.
I hurt my right arm boxing.
Oh.
And then I went to golf with my pastor this morning. And it was cold, man. It was cold this morning. For those that are up north, it was warm. But it was cold here. It was like 52.
It was.
And I didn't even get to warm up. I just went there at first swing, did something to my lat, my tricep last night, and I did it golfing. I pulled it, first hole, 2 swings, done. I was done. Didn't even golf. I rode in the cart and froze my rear end off and, was a little cheerleader for a while. Yeah. How did we get on that, by the way? We were talking about Schmedium or something.
And then now.
Well, the Mamba shirts.
No, we're talking about underrated muscle first.
Underrated muscle. Dave, again, this is like the third shout out.
Well, here's my thing. Like, you're a fitness guy, obviously, right? We're gonna flip the tables on him real quick.
Yes, sir.
So
being interviewed here.
You're a fitness guy. Like, what do you see in the both of us? That's like, man, he should do this, because I've seen it. You've analyzed people just walking by.
Yeah.
He needs to have more bananas in his diet.
Bananas. Oh, I could go a long way with that one right now, but we're going to stay off that. No, Jackson has genetics. You could be a bodybuilder, easy, and you'd probably turn your body over really fast if you hired Dave. And I'm speaking the honest God truth. If you said, Dave, take me into the world of bodybuilding, you would take off. You'd be blowing up, guaranteed. Just get on the right meal plan to where you're getting the right food groups in. Train like a beast. Train the right way. Mm-hmm. Get your sleep. Get your water. All those basic principles. But him, genetics, for sure. For you, I would have you probably
starve.
No.
Here's 3.
No, I wouldn't say starve. I would have you fast for 30 days and 30 nights. No, I would probably have. I don't know what I would do. I'd have to like interview you, find out more about your history. I know more about Jackson's nutritional history. I don't know about yours as much, so I'd have to find out before I make. But I mean, walking by, I would say, you know, get on a cardio and weight training program, and it wouldn't take long for you to feel good. You know, just feel overall good, healthy. I don't know how you feel good. I don't know how you feel right now about your condition.
Depressed?
You're depressed?
No,
Okay, well then.
No, I'm kidding. Don't make fun of depression.
You know what? It's amazing though that you asked me that, because it doesn't matter what somebody looks like or when I walk by and I'm thinking one way or another. It's not a judgment. It's more
an
like
analysis.
Yeah, it's an analysis, but everyone could, if they followed the rules of understanding food, your diet, your nutrition.
Well,
Everyone
tell
could.
me
Everyone. Everyone could turn their body over. Here, have a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yes, sir.
Every sugar. This is poison right here. In my eyes, this is poison.
Really?
Yeah. This it's equivalent to poison. Soda and sugar, poison. Flour, processed flour,
Really?
poison. Oh yeah. These are inflammatory foods right here. So you can cause your body to go into a state of inflammation. Once your body's in an inflammatory state, you're not allowing it to run the right way. It's like sticking oil in your gas tank. Your body's not going to work the way it should work. Or sticking the wrong oil in your engine.
Yeah.
It's not going to work the way it should. We can all function off of this stuff. But this has as much to do with your body as to do with your mind. And if your mind's off and your body's off, it's not working. When your stomach, your gut, if your gut health is off, your mind is off. Think about that. So what you eat can control some aspects of how you think, how you carry yourself throughout the day, because your psychological function is not going to be as sharp by putting this in your body. Processed flour, sugar. I'm not a dairy fan at all.
Yeah.
I take dairy right out of my clients' nutrition plans. They can have a little bit, but not a consistent thing.
You know, that makes me wonder. Now, Jackson, when you were living back in the farm, right, back in the farmlands.
Yeah, think about
Right.
this.
How did you guys feel unhealthy?
No.
Let me ask you this though. When you asked him that, you're asking him to retrace back when he was like 8, 9 years old. Did you feel unhealthy when you were 8?
I had high cholesterol at 8 and 9.
Get out of here!
I
Did you
swear-
really?
Yes,
I'm
man.
gonna eat a Reese's.
Well, you know what it is, and I'll tell you this. This has to do with socioeconomics.
Oh, great! Here we go.
So I'm not kidding. When you live in a certain part, because I lived in Miami until I was 11 or 12,
Okay.
or maybe 10. I don't know. So there's a certain demographic in high populated areas where it is just logistically impossible, or not impossible, but very, very, very difficult to get proper foods at a certain price to a certain demographic.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not saying people don't have a choice, because there's always a choice, but the easier choice for 2 working parents to feed their kids would be,
Beans and tortillas.
I mean, not tortillas, but you're the Mexican one here, man. but for real, like all jokes aside, but like stuff like that, just like cheap food and whatever we can afford for the budget.
So you're saying you had high cholesterol at the age of 8, 9 years old because of where you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was in Kendall, in Miami, West Kendall.
Oh,
Yeah.
West Kendall. Is that a bad neighborhood or?
It's actually probably lower to upper middle class area,
Okay.
And it wasn't until that moment where both my parents were on this nutritional thing, right? Both my parents are pretty healthy, right? But if you look at my brother and sister and I, we don't look healthy. So just to throw them out there to judge them, No, but my parents were like, okay, none of this junk food anymore. Now they spend an abundance of their budget on healthier foods,
Yeah.
right? Whole wheat bread, if you can consider that healthy.
No.
But
It's just me.
but to
I do not.
but to
consider that.
unresearched
Really?
unresearched people who don't have the facilities to research everything. Like nowadays, everyone can, but back then it was like commercials and word of mouth, and so we would eat every meal with omega-3 fish oil.
Yeah.
The little
Yeah.
fish oil pills, and haven't had a problem since.
Yeah, that's actually good. I
No,
can go
but-
into a whole diatribe about omega-3 and omega-6 ratios.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but we won't. We'll save that boredom
Yeah.
for another day.
So I'm the nerd though.
So, yeah. So, after your mom cleaned it up, your
Mhm.
mom and dad cleaned it up, everything went good then.
Yeah. Until
So, your cholesterol's been good.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, even now. I mean, I'm not saying I'm super healthy right now, but like my cholesterol at least is pretty good.
What did your doctors say? I mean, do you remember what?
They chastised my parents.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Were you overweight then?
No, I wasn't.
So, you were what they call skinny fat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My brother was like fat. I
Dang,
have like photos.
You're just
But-
calling Anthony out.
No, but he knows. But he dropped.
He knows.
Dude, no, you remember
man,
this?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he dropped weight, dude. Like he was thin as thin as one can be. You know? Yeah, but he like, but like it was not in a healthy way. He wasn't like, eating
I
egg
get
whites. You know, he was like, he
Yeah.
was just like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna eat until next Thursday. You know.
Yeah, that is something I've run into a lot. Is people think they just starve themselves into losing weight, and that's like so not good.
Well, I find people think that's an easier alternative than just eating healthy.
It's not. I mean, who doesn't like to eat? That's what I want to know.
It's almost like someone saying, okay, I'm gonna pain myself into doing something so I feel like I deserve it, instead of staying disciplined.
Yeah,
That
but you
makes
can
sense.
feel like you deserve something by being disciplined because it's a journey. Discipline is not always easy. It can be very painful.
I think I'm coming at it from the perspective of someone who doesn't want to change their lifestyle, and you're saying it's easier than you think it is.
No, I'm not saying it's easy. I've had clients where I tell them right up front, this is going to be one of your hardest things you've ever done in your life, because changing a behavior is, especially somebody that's 45, 50 years old, telling them to change their behavior that they've had for 45 or 50 years. Now you're going to change it. That's almost next to impossible. So no, it's not easy. It's very difficult, but that's what I'm saying. With discipline, there's that I deserve this
Yeah.
when you've gone through the journey, especially in nutrition. You walk by the refrigerator and it's like, that cheesecake looks really good.
Yeah, them waffles.
Oh, the waffles,
Yeah.
the pancakes that are stacking up.
Jackson, you a waffle or
See,
pancake
Jackson's
guy?
looking at us. He
Yeah,
goes, I do that every day. What are you guys talking about?
Jackson, are you a waffle or pancake guy?
Both, actually.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of both too. I feel
Who's
like
the Taco Bell guy? Connor's the Taco
no,
Bell.
yeah. If
Taco Bell and
if he
you're a
watches
Taco
this,
Bell guy?
if he watches this, Connor's gonna get livid because he knows it's me.
Oh,
He-
really? You're the
he-
Taco Bell guy?
Yeah, man. But it's
So you're the influencer to Connor.
Pretty much.
no
Is he?
Pretty
Is
much.
he the influencer
Yes,
on everybody?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Jackson.
Oh, my bad.
There's cameras everywhere, bro.
Yeah. We're getting to the truth now.
Yep.
Listen.
Mhm.
We're listening, bro. Go.
My mic isn't working anymore. No, I'm kidding.
We should have a contest.
We should.
We should have a contest.
What kind of contest?
Well, I think we have to do it where it can't be the pounds you lose.
No, because I would win. Because I have more to lose.
No, that's not an automatic assumption.
I believe
I
he
will
will
win.
win.
No.
Jackson.
Because-
I believe he would win.
Jackson,
No,
if
he
you
might not
if you lose
even
20
he might not
pounds-
even want to lose 5. His discipline could be so off that he loses only 4, and I could drop 10. I could drop 10 in a week.
Jackson.
So-
if you lose 20 pounds, will that would be detrimental to you, right?
No. What are you weighing?
192.
No. He could lose 20.
Dude, we're just
He could drop 10 in water.
right now. We're just batting away all the terrible assumptions about weight loss and dieting.
No,
This is good.
No,
This is
no,
good.
no. I'm talking purely competitive now. This is a competition. So
I think you.
I could afford to lose 60 pounds.
you could lose 60.
I could afford to lose 60 pounds.
Right.
I mean,
So,
I
okay,
can't.
going off those numbers, the contest wouldn't be fair if we
Yeah.
were to just go by pounds.
Mhm.
What would be the best way? Body fat percentage or the difference from where you're at now to where you would be at a certain point? It would have to Ooh, this would be difficult. It would have to be based on what you possibly could lose without being unhealthy. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe the first one to reach a certain health standard.
No, you can't do that. Unless
So I'd win for sure.
because if we went off a body fat percentage, it wouldn't be fair to you.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be fair to you. Obviously, everybody, please agree with me.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even know what my body fat is right now. It's pretty good for
I'm at like
my age.
I'm at like 65%.
65.
Is that a healthy average?
We should do this. Who else can we get in?
Anthony.
Would Anthony do it?
Probably.
He would.
Yeah.
If you put money down, he will.
We could get Al.
Yeah.
Al would do it
I
for
would
sure.
do it for sure. Yeah.
Al's competitive, man.
Get my boss on it, Chad.
You get Chad on this.
Yeah.
We should do this, man.
That'd be good.
Oh, dude.
And you have to take it from a very healthful practice. It can't be anything like I'm gonna fast for 10 days.
I'm gonna get lost in the wilderness for 2 weeks.
Go on some journey, some spiritual. Well, that might
Yeah,
not be a
I
bad thing.
Yeah, who knows, man? Start
Yeah.
yeah.
We call you Jesus too.
Hey, Zeus.
Yeah, there you go. All right, enough of that. What were you asking me? You flipped the table on me.
No, I was just getting more of your nutritional.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting that you have all. I don't know. I walk through life with a different mindset than how you would, right? I look at people and I think one way or another, and then you see someone else and you think of a certain way.
Yeah,
So
I
does
think we're
Jackson.
all that way. Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think that's fascinating for some people.
Well, that's that whole. I don't know. What do you want to call it? Social psychology, sociology
Yeah, I guess
kind of thing
yeah.
where everybody's got a different story. Everybody's got a different perspective. They're all built on different experiences. It leads them to that one moment of thought.
Yeah, like Jackson, for example. Like I like hearing his story.
Yeah.
It's a good story. Now he's here. Now we're all friends. You know.
Hey, I don't know about that, but
Oh yeah,
you two guys are.
We're acquaintances. Yeah.
That hurt.
Jeff just found us in the road outside.
So what do you think of people here in the U.S. compared to Haiti? Besides the whole community thing, do you find anything that, like I have my own thoughts. What do we use the term stuck up? You ever hear that term, stuck up? Like we think we're too good for the next person. You got that like snooty kind of look where, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm up here, you're down here. Are people in Haiti that way? Do they have some kind of social structure where?
I mean, not a lot because not everybody out there is up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So most of them are like the same, man. Especially now, it's bad right now.
It's bad right now?
Yes, sir. It is. Yeah. Back home used to be a place like you would love. I mean, I still love it, and a lot of people do. It's still a good place. It's more like after that earthquake happened, man, a lot of things happened. You know what I mean? People change. People like personality change. You don't trust nobody you don't know. Back in the days, like I say, if they know you this kid's son or whatever, it's more like, hey, yeah, I know your dad. Yeah, you just talk or whatever. Now it's more like not that socialized no more, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if money got in the way there.
I
With the whole earthquake thing, because I know there was a lot of funding that went to Haiti. I don't know if it actually did, but if it gets in the wrong hands,
Yeah, just
some
pocket it.
power
Yeah, just,
power grabs go on, and then
Or
it goes from here to there.
yeah.
Or even there's like a vacuum of like now there's poverty everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Or impoverished people everywhere. So it's like survival of the fittest a little
Yeah,
bit.
pretty much.
Right.
That's
So
exactly
like
what's
so
going on
so
right now.
some people are like, I'm gonna take care of me and mine.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Forget about your family. Forget about my old friends because
Yeah.
you have to find food on your own.
It's more like family. It's like my people come first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think that could have existed when you were a young kid and you just didn't know it?
Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
It's more like it's pretty much But now it's just
And now
worse.
it's out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
now it just you can actually see it. It's
What
really out
about
there.
the police? How are the police out there? I've read some things like, that's a whole nother like government system.
Mhm.
It's not the police. Like we have the police, they're public servants.
You want to
Yeah.
talk about corrupt police? Look at the Dominican Republic, man. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, it's
well.
notorious for it.
Look at Mexico, DR,
Yeah,
Haiti.
Brazil.
From what I've read, I wanted to
Brazil.
get Brazil.
Actually, I don't even know nothing about that. All I know is I heard. It's more like I
Yeah.
hear this good, I hear this bad. So it's more like something I haven't got into. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, it's good you don't have your own story about
yeah.
dealing with police.
Yeah, yeah.
No sir.
No,
Yeah, I've heard where if you have a problem with somebody out in the streets and the police show up, I would leave if I
Yeah.
had a problem with one or the other.
Yeah.
If it was me and you had a problem on the street and the police show up, I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
Go on.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're not dealing with this because they'll come with guns blazing and well, look at Brazil.
Yeah,
Same thing.
yeah. Or Venezuela.
Venezuela,
It's
yeah.
on actual fire right now.
Yeah.
And just poverty everywhere. Poverty everywhere.
So you didn't see you didn't have any experiences with the police.
I mean, not gonna lie to you, the police back home are like
Yeah,
really
don't lie to me. Just tell me the truth.
I mean, they're hardcore people.
Yeah.
Like they don't play. They don't take no BS from nobody, man. It's more like you better listen what they say. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna have some problems. Pretty much it.
The police here have to take it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Think about that.
Mhm.
That's a big difference as far as social structure goes. The police here, you can't even touch somebody,
Yeah.
unless you want to hear about it. You're on video right away,
Yes, sir.
What else? What else from Haiti? I like this kind of stuff, man. Is there anything nice and juicy from Haiti that a story? Did you take on a bull or anything? A goat?
I thought you said, "Did you take on Ebola?"
No, did you take on a bull?
I was gonna say, man.
Would you do that? Now that I brought up the bull, would you do that running with the bulls thing?
No.
You ever see that?
No.
Jackson, you ever see that?
Yeah.
He would.
You think
but
Jackson would? Oh, yeah, he'd
Yeah.
think he'd outrun him.
Heck yeah.
Dude,
I do that.
I'd find a horn right up your rear end, man. The bulls would.
That's funny.
Dude, they would wear you like a hat.
Me and my cousin do that. Back home, we used to do some stupid crap. It's whatever. You got time to do any stupid stuff you want to do. Yeah, I used to do that. I used to do some crazy stuff, man. I mean, we used to let like big bulls off, just untie them, let them go, and then see who can catch the most. Who's gonna get hit or not? Yeah. Yeah, we do some bets like go out and see if you can touch the horn of the big boy, and if you're gonna get hit or not. Yeah, we do some crazy stunts.
Do you guys run a lot?
Yeah, hell, I mean, I do. I love it, man. My dad used to be a racer.
A racer?
Yeah.
A run racer?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean by
It's
that?
like back home we have some events, some stuff like pretty much on May 18 or like an Independence Day or whatever. We be
So May 18th is Haiti's Independence Day?
no, I think January 1st is pretty sure. I think it's on New Year's.
Oh, really?
Independence Day, yeah. We just celebrate our Haitian Flag Day on May 18. Like that's like
Okay.
yeah. So we pretty much there's a lot of stuff going on. There's big events, race, parties, pretty much everywhere.
You say race.
Yeah,
This is running.
yeah.
Okay. So it's not
Barefoot.
cars.
No, barefoot race.
Really?
Yes,
Barefoot.
sir.
Well, like, where do you run? On a field?
No, there's
in
no
grass?
field, no grass,
What do you run on?
dirt road.
Dirt road?
Yes, sir.
I think I'd rather run on cement.
My
Yeah.
toes hurt already.
Yeah.
Y'all,
about it.
you
How far? How far do you run? Like a 100-yard dash or something?
more than that. Actually, it's more.
I know
It's
for a
more than
fact your
100
dad's toes look nasty.
yards. Nah,
Yeah,
I don't
right.
think so.
I know for
I don't
a
think
fact.
Bro, you just gave me a bad visual. Stop. So you'd run more than 100 yards?
Yeah.
What do you think it was?
Probably 300 yards, maybe.
Oh,
some of them,
okay,
Some of them
so-
more. I mean, some of them short, some of them more. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a long race.
Did you guys have like running heroes there?
Yeah.
Like guys that you looked up
Yeah,
to?
some. Yes, my cousin
Really?
was one of the main one.
Really?
My cousin, that dude was fast, man. He was fast.
So at what? Okay, you have these races.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Is it like a competition
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Yeah, we got
on
people-
certain days or
Yeah.
running.
Yeah. Like on
it's
that
race day.
On that day, on that. Oh,
Do you
yes.
have it weekly or?
Sometime monthly too. We have like 1 month for everybody made a date. It's more like all right, pretty much. Some of the people have like their own family into this. Like, yeah, my son's faster than yours. Like, all right, let's see it, and then put money on the table. Let's see what's up.
Really?
Yes,
so
sir.
they do that. Okay.
Big bets going on that, especially on that day, man. Big bets going on.
What day? May 18th?
Oh yeah,
said?
May 18th. Yeah,
May 18th.
What's
when-
May 18th?
Haitian Flag Day.
Haitian Flag Day. I was gonna Google it.
That's the day I came here. Actually, I was when I came here in Miami. There's a lot of Haitian there. I see a lot of Haitian flag going on. I was actually happy to see that.
Yeah, what a way to come
You
here.
missed the race, huh?
Oh yeah.
He thought
I was
he
sad.
thought all this celebrating was for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I arrived. Everybody's celebrating.
What a country.
Yeah. Yeah. Jackson's like,
I hate you.
well, I always say that about my son. My son was born on July 4th.
Okay.
So I said, see them fireworks?
It's for you,
Oh,
Those
man.
are for
man.
you. And it's your birthday. You know, growing up on that. But all right, so I'm curious about this race thing.
Yeah.
So
it's bad. Most of the time it's bad because we
what do
got
you mean bad?
more
Like good, dope, awesome, or bad
both,
is in
both,
not good?
Both. It's more like
Really?
it's more like people back home take races as you doing drugs in here. Yeah, because it's more like you make people get hurt from that, man. People get hurt
Okay.
because like you have a bunch of pretend like sometimes you have some bad people out there, man. You don't want to mess with them, even though you win the race. After
lose
the
the race.
Yeah,
So you know you can win, but you lose.
yeah. Oh, all day. Yeah, man. You can't just go there just you by yourself. You better make sure you come with people with you, man. It's more like after the race you can.
So
get
your
home safe.
cousin, was he a bad dude or good
No, he
dude?
was good. He was good. He was,
So did he lose races on purpose sometimes?
No, heck no.
He didn't care.
No, he got the speed to get off from everybody. So if he wins a race, he wins. You can't get him.
He just kept running.
Dude, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He won the
It's like-
race.
It's like Forrest
Then-
Gump,
then-
man.
So what kind
Never
of
circle
crowd
back.
would be there?
A lot of people, man. We have
Like,
like,
if you guess, how many people? I'm trying to draw a visual.
a
for
few
people.
hundred.
A few hundred people
Yeah.
in a neighborhood.
Yeah. And then probably, I mean, it's like well, for like my town, my small town, you know, but
Yeah.
From other places, there'd be a lot of people, thousands of people, like lining up.
Just to see
Just
two
to
guys race.
just to see two
And it
guys
was
race.
always two, or was it
Or
more?
just two. We have more. We just have more
You
than
just
two
have
people.
multiple races.
Yeah, multiple races.
But it was always one-on-one.
Yeah, 1-on-1. Yeah.
The winner goes on.
Yeah. It was
loser-
more like the race. Yeah, that too. Or just like, hey,
The loser gets shot.
nah. You just lose your money, pretty
It's
much it.
executed in the streets.
Yeah.
You just do it like that.
Yeah.
And
So
then,
everybody puts money in. And
yeah, we got a lot of people betting. We have
yeah,
a
I
lot of
can
people.
imagine the side
A
action.
lot of people betting on you. So when you lose and they lose their money, it's more like,
Oh.
yeah, like
Got
that's
the
why.
cartels betting on you. And you're
Pretty
like,
much.
I'm going to run, and then I'm going to quick turn left if I lose, and just keep running.
Oh, we got one of the things they do in races too. But the thing is, like, we have sticks between like somebody on this side, and then they have like stick between them.
Oh,
Like
so you got a stick
Yeah,
divider.
yeah,
all the
yeah.
way through.
It's like probably 6 or 7 foot, like that. It's
So
6
you
foot.
can't even see some of these people. Then.
No, you can, but the sticks are like side of my hand on the ground, and then like every 5 feet is like a stick.
Okay.
yeah,
but
like
they're
that.
not real tall.
No, they're like 6 foot sticks.
6 foot.
Yeah,
So if somebody's under 6 foot tall,
yeah.
you're not seeing them.
No, you can still see them. It's more like this.
they're
Oh, you can
separated.
see them.
Yeah, they
through
can
the
see. Yeah,
stick.
see the sticks. Yeah, it's more like that's how you just pretty much separate them.
Gotcha. All
And
right, I
then-
didn't put that together.
And then one thing that they do is more like when you're racing, right? And then if that guy think he's winning, sometimes they come and bump each other from the sticks. Yeah, it get real, man.
So
It get-
they're really close.
yeah,
then.
they're really close, really
So
close.
it's very physical. It's not just scrawny guys running. It's like
Yeah,
guys who look like me and you.
yep. Mm-hmm.
I said me and you.
We got kids racing there because I used to race in there.
Yeah. How'd
Yeah.
you do?
Not bad. I got smoked on my last race.
Really?
Kids.
And that's why he came to the U.S.
You got smoked so bad you fled the country.
Yeah, he was
But,
like,
I mean, I was like 9. The
No,
dude-
but he was 9 years old, and there was the drug cartel had about a few 100,000 on him.
Yeah.
So he just ran from the country.
actually that race was
Yeah.
for free. Actually,
It was for free.
It was like
No one took a bet on Jackson.
nah. I mean, see, my cousin would have. Who knows?
What else you got for me, John?
No, talking about the Packers. I literally just thought of how much I dislike Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, don't get me started. Everybody that knows me knows that's not my guy.
He's a-
I mean, hey, let's face it. The guy is super talented. I mean, probably one of the best quarterbacks. Yeah, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game,
yeah.
talent-wise. My gripe has always been leadership. You know, all these years, what have you done to? And it's easy from my position to criticize
Yeah.
because I don't know what actually goes on in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
But it appears, I'll use that safe language, it appears that he's not like a vibrant leader, like, like he go talk to the defense and rally them up. Be a general.
Yeah.
You're not just focusing on your guys on offense. Be a general. Focus on everybody. Get the whole crew to want to fight.
Do you think that's maybe a mentality that a lot of people who watch Brett Favre do? Maybe just different leadership styles? It could be.
Well, Brett Favre obviously was on the other side of the spectrum. He was
Yeah.
running and tackling everybody. Somebody on the defensive side makes a play, he'll run out in the field and tackle the cornerback
Yeah.
or the D-back, for making a great play. That was Favre. He was old school playground football. But from what I've heard, you could go back to Aaron's high school days, and it was evident then. That's from what I heard.
Yeah. What college did he
through
go
junior
to?
college, through college.
California, right?
Yeah, he went to a community college before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted the lack of leadership there.
I don't know if it was leadership, but it could have been that he was a headache or he was a
Maybe.
diva back then. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. And if I get a lot of hate mail for my Aaron Rodgers hater club, I don't care.
You and I know a big diva,
Jackson?
Dude,
Yeah.
Jackson?
Me?
Jackson loves the camera. That's why I'm wondering why he's hiding behind that microphone.
I know, because...
He's doing a good job of hiding behind that thing.
Listen,
man.
follow him on Instagram, and you'll see all of the footage I take of him playing basketball. Yo, dog, hold my camera real quick. All those dunks he saw the other night?
Yeah, you know what, though? I'll give him props. Dunking at your height, I'd want shots, too. I'd want video,
Yeah.
So I give him, I defend him a little bit here.
I guess.
But I do know this. When I was teaching
After
him some
10 takes,
kickboxing, he wanted me to film him doing some running side kicks and,
Which they were nice.
do it in slow motion, Jeff. It looks better.
Which they were. They were.
Dude,
They
who
were
are trying
good
to
kicks.
impress, man? That's
They
my
were good
thing.
kicks. They were good kicks.
What kind of girls are out there saying, "Oh man, this guy can kick really good"?
What are men's interpretation of video like that versus women's? How does a man look at that?
A man
Oh,
looks
that's
at
cool, man. And he got
Yeah.
up 5 feet in the air and threw a side kick.
that.
That's
If you
really
enjoy
slick.
spectating fighting at all or that kind of competition, you'll enjoy technique. You'll enjoy,
Right.
maybe how in shape the guy is.
But how would a woman look at that? That's not in martial arts.
That's not martial arts. He has abs, maybe.
You can't even see his abs.
Yeah.
He was wearing clothes.
Well, okay, so
I got two people that was like kind of like afraid of me.
Jackson with his shirt on. What,
Yeah, right.
dude? It
No,
took us 20
he was doing
minutes.
a running side kick.
It was like side against.
It took us 20 minutes to get
A running, jumping side kick.
It took us 20 minutes to get a shirt on him for this podcast.
Right. No kidding.
No,
How would a woman look at that? Seriously.
afraid.
You should be able to tell me. You have that more feminine approach.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm more touched my feminine side. I'll tell you right now. No, I don't know.
Actually, for me, some of them was like scared of me, and some of them was just like, "Oh, this is like kind of cool too."
Oh, it's so like your friends. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, dude,
yeah, like
don't
calm
just,
down,
yeah,
man.
ease up, brother."
Yeah, pretty much.
And then what do the women say?
Uh,
Do you ever have women comment on it?
yeah, some of them was just like, "Oh, that's pretty dope. That's really cool. How'd you like teach me?" You know what I mean, those type of things. But some of
Teach
them,
me.
yeah, teach you how to just kick like
Shut
that.
up, Jackson. Bro, get out of here.
I'm not saying I'm all that, but hey, I'm just.
I hear.
you know.
Oh,
No, he's just telling me what
Shit,
comments they made. You know.
And then some of them were just like,
Why do I feel like there's some kind of like?
Listen,
you
there-
got some jealousy going on here. You remind me of, John? Somebody that would be in MIT. I mean that in a nice way.
in MIT,
Yeah, you know what MIT is, right?
like
The school.
yeah, MIT,
Yeah.
Michigan.
No, not
Michigan, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
Um,
like where all the geeks go.
all
And I'm
the-
not saying you're a
all-
geek.
All the geeks who can't. Who don't know
I'm
what
not
the
saying
school
you're a
is.
geek, but to a certain degree, you are a geek, right?
yeah.
You would even say it yourself.
I think I have.
And I'm not saying geek in a negative.
I think I have.
Way.
I think I have a certain addictive personality thing, where whatever I find interesting for the time being, I just get addicted to it.
Yeah,
Like,
you dig deeper.
yeah,
It's
like
not surface thought. It's like I want to know why.
Yeah, I found out what podcasts were, and I was like, I need to know everything about podcasts right now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
See, I've always wanted to do podcasting, but I never,
dude.
I
get into
never
it.
went into it.
I get into things, dude, and I lose hours on it. I've stayed up. Well, I've lost sleep over things, things that you guys would be like, what? You know, I learned like the 5 pillars of Islam.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, it just fascinates me how people think, and not necessarily for myself. Not like, oh, I need to know these because a spiritual revelation. No, I just need to know why people think a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, or the theater stuff, right?
Yeah.
I saw a play as a kid, and I was like, I need to know everything there is to know about theater.
Yeah.
I feel you on
Dude,
that.
yeah, you know, you know, or basketball. Like before, I hooped with Jackson and a bunch of my friends the other night, and before I got there, I was watching Carmelo Anthony highlights.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony
But
breakdowns.
that's a technique, though. That's a visualization technique that I think is very beneficial.
Yeah.
You know, you have to put that in your head.
Yeah.
You know, that does help you play better.
Mm-hmm. It does. And dude, I balled out. Listen. I play the best I played in months.
The other night?
Just the other night, yeah.
What, do you have a bucket?
No, more than that.
Man, Jeff, what's going on, man? You want to talk about it? He's attacking me.
Yeah, he's the guy that stuck his knee out and hit my quad because he didn't want to move.
That was funny. That was funny.
He broke my quad for a good month.
It's not that I didn't want to move, okay? It's that my body fat count is at 65%, so I couldn't move very fast.
Yeah. So yeah,
Man,
I think you would be a guy from MIT, and it's a compliment, bro.
Oh,
it's
thanks.
a compliment. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Book of 5 Rings?
The Book of 5 Rings. No.
Yeah, you would like that. Remember that.
Book of 5 Rings.
I have it. I'll actually let you read it. It's a short read. It's good. Yeah. All right. Are we wrapping up, or where are we at?
No, we're literally at the final countdown.
Are we really?
Yeah.
All
Yeah, we have.
right. Well, we have introduced Big J to the audience and Jackson from Haiti on this podcast, and you're going to see more of them. We'll have more subject matter where we're talking about goofy stuff like we did today.
I kind of forgot we were on a podcast.
We're just real people. That's what we are.
Yeah, sometimes.
You know, I really never got a chance to say what I want this podcast to deliver, other than on social media and with words. But really, John is the producer. He does all the magic behind or after the podcast, both actually. He edits, he cuts it all up, he puts all the things together.
I know there are going to be guys commenting, "Oh, you did this mistake, you made this mistake," and I know.
Yeah, but you do a great job, bro. Don't sell yourself short.
Dude, YouTube
Hey,
savage.
People will comment negative things just because they're negative.
Yep.
And there's no truth to it. They just wanna hate.
Yep.
And that's just part of what we deal with. The best thing is not to read it, unless it's constructive criticism.
Unless it's coming from Jackson.
Yeah, well, if it's Jackson, you just walk by.
Yeah.
But no, really, I think John and I, we've talked about this, that we want the podcast to be as authentic as we can. We want to bring on guests that are real, that we feel will bring some content and value to the people that are watching or listening. Today, we wanted to bring you a little bit of Jackson's life. While we didn't talk in depth about it, we wanted to give you a taste of it. And we'll bring that down the road too. So those of you that want to see Jackson again, you can comment.
Yeah, or slide into his DM.
But in all seriousness, I think the podcast will deliver. We need the support.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to beg, but we also want to have the humility to ask for support too. I mean, being real, in order for it to work, we need viewers, we need listeners, and we need people to pass it on to other people, pass it on to their friends, let them know where we are. And we will bring more interesting people to you that have some good stuff. We have a lineup that we feel confident with, and we look forward to the 2020 year on this podcast. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better with what we deliver, how we are on the podcast, how you produce.
Yeah.
I know we got some things in our sleeve as far as bringing it to film that we want to add to the podcast. So it's going to be exciting. And what we will do in the near future is we'll have the whole podcast team on here, people that you don't see. There's more than just John and I. We have a group of a total of, what is it, five people that are involved in the podcast. So not everyone's from Naples, but when we're all together, we will do that podcast so you guys can meet the whole team, which is very diverse and a lot of good people. So with that, you guys want to say goodbye?
Nah,
Nah, that's I don't want to say goodbye either. That's a wrap.